We are taking you behind the story on expired license plate tags and temporary paper license plates. For years, Colorado police have been noticing an uptick in illegal tags, and now police tell us they're seeing more and more fake plates. Karen Morfitt is your reporter in Jefferson County, and she says this is something that will cost us all.
In Colorado, the number of vehicles on the road with expired license plates or expired temporary tags is a problem.
We have to pay for our stickers every year. We all do it. So it's a part of owning, it's part of owning a vehicle.
There's just a sense of unfairness to it.
Police in some areas are starting to crack down, but a rise in counterfeits has added a new hurdle.
People are able to find them, unfortunately, online. Some may even try to print them off at home.
Trooper Gabriel Malterer with the Colorado State Patrol says there's no way of knowing how many fake plates are on the road, but says they are catching a growing number of offenders every year. In 2022, they issued 900 citations for displaying a fictitious plate. In 2023, that number jumped to more than 1,000, and less than halfway through 2024. And 589 drivers have already been hit with that ticket. While law enforcement will confiscate those fake plates, the citation is one that comes with a summons to appear in court. And often offenders end up back on the road.
If it does belong to them, we may leave them with the car. In extreme circumstances, that car can be towed or they have to leave it on the side of the road.
The State Department of Motor Vehicles is also aware of the issue.
We've been seeing it for years.
Darren Accardi is an investigator with their office and says the increase goes back to the pandemic.
We did see those continuing and maybe even increasing. We can't make a direct correlation, but it certainly seems like that.
Accardi says some may not understand that those online ads are actually a scam and warns against any online purchase.
Get your temporary tag through a county office or at an auto dealership.
For those trying to simply skirt the fees, he says the costs will catch up with you. In the meantime, it's costing everyone else.
You shouldn't try to cheat the system, and it just makes everything more expensive for us the people who do pay for these things.
All right, so joining me now is your reporter in Jefferson County, Karen Morfitt. So Karen, I understand you were actually at a live shot when this story kind of all came together. Elaborate on that. What did you see?
Yeah, well, we were actually outside Casa Bonita because we were doing a story on the reservation changes that might be coming. And naturally curious that we are. That's why we're journalists. We saw a police stop outside of Casa Bonita, and they spent a lot of time looking at this temporary tag and eventually took it. And then we saw the driver drive away. Started asking questions. How big of a problem really is this?
Well, sure. I mean, we've been seeing it for years, right? So what can viewers do to fight this issue?
That's what's tough, really, because there are certainly, these are hard to spot. Viewers, themselves can't really say, hey, that's fake, that's not fake, but they can report it to police.
Right.
And then police have the tools that they can then run those numbers, they can stop the vehicle, and then they really have to do a comparison with those plates and the VIN number of the car to make sure that it is what it is, they say it is or the car it belongs to. And that can be a lot of work. And so viewers can't really stop someone, but they can certainly alert police to something they think isn't right.
Well, I mean, we've been noticing them for quite some time. You and I were talking about how we've done a lot of coverage on this. There's been a lot of reporters that have been noticing that there are so many expired tags out there. I even did a ride along with CSP, and we found several temp tags that were either well past expired or some that were fake. And my goodness, it was really hard to tell, though, those fake tags. I mean, these scammers or these criminals, if you will, are really finding ways to get these detailed tags.
Absolutely. That's what the CSP trooper told us. That's what the DMV said, that, this is an issue that we've seen for years. We know we've seen the expired tags a lot since the pandemic, but they're getting better and better at this. Right. Despite all of the tools and the tougher, plates and images that they put on these fake temporary tags, scammers, criminals, they always find a way.
Right.
We're getting better printers, we're getting better technology, and so instead of it getting better, we're seeing more and more, unfortunately.
Sure. So what can we do as drivers, as car owners, as people who are getting their vehicles registered? What can we do to protect ourselves from either any of these scams or making sure that our tags are accurate?
Right. Well, we know the stickers that we get for our actual license plates, those already have anti-theft, built into them. So criminals can't take those off of your plates. They always say to use those locked license plate frames that go around your license plate. So those are also helpful for your actual license plates. when it comes to temporary tags, don't ever purchase anything online is basically what State Patrol says. That's what the DMV says. Those are not going to be legit no matter who's selling them, because the only two places that you can get them, which he mentioned here, is the DMV, the county offices, or an auto dealership where you're getting a new car.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's kind of one of my last questions. We were looking at that online scam or those online issues, and you were telling me if it's too good to be true, just don't get into it. Is that kind of the best advice that officials are also telling you?
Yeah, CSP, we hear that so often, and it becomes kind of cliche, but it really is the best thing to remember when you are trying to avoid getting scammed. If it is too good to be true, we know that license plates, registration is so expensive right now, but if it says this is going to save you money by a lot, it's probably too good to be true, and so you don't want to purchase anything online. Again, there are only two reputable sources to get these type of tags, to get your license plates, and that's from the DMV and from an auto dealership for the temporaries.
Yeah. All right. Karen Morfitt, thank you so much for your time. And remember, Karen is your reporter, your investigator, and neighbor there in Jefferson County. If you have a story idea for her, be sure to send it her way by email on cbscolorado.com or by giving her a call on our tips line.